Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into a topic that a lot of men struggle with. Why do women lose interest so fast? If you've ever been ghosted, ignored, or just felt like she suddenly wasn't into you anymore, chances are you're making one of these mistakes. And trust me, these are instant turnoffs for women. But before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more dating advice that actually works. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever made one of these mistakes. I promise you're not alone. All right, let's get into it. 1. Being too nice, aka the nice guy syndrome. A lot of men think that if they're overly nice, women will automatically fall for them. But here's the truth. Being nice isn't attractive if it comes off as weak or desperate. Women are drawn to men who are kind, sure, but not pushovers. If you never say no, always agree with everything she says, and let her walk all over you, she won't respect you. The problem with the nice guy syndrome is that it often comes with an expectation of reciprocation. Many men act nice not because they genuinely care, but because they believe their kindness should be rewarded with affection. Women can sense when a man is being overly accommodating just to win points, and that's an instant turnoff. Attraction isn't transactional. It's built on mutual respect and chemistry. A confident man sets boundaries, stands his ground, and isn't afraid to disagree. Women are attracted to men who have their own opinions, who challenge them in a fun way, and who aren't afraid to say no when necessary. Being kind should be a natural part of your personality, not a strategy to get women to like you. Real life example. Take Mike, for example. He had a crush on a girl at work and always went out of his way to do things for her, buying her coffee, covering her shifts, even picking her up when her car broke down. But instead of seeing him as a romantic option, she started dating a guy who barely put in half the effort. Why? Because she saw Mike as a friend, not as a man she could be attracted to. Being a nice guy alone isn't enough. You need confidence and boundaries. 2. Talking about yourself. Too much confidence is attractive, but arrogance? Not so much. One of the biggest turnoffs for women is when a guy talks only about himself, his job, his car, his gym routine, his weekend plans, and never asks about her. Men often do this without realizing it. They want to impress a woman, so they talk about their achievements, thinking that will make them more attractive. But here's the secret. Women are far more interested in how you make them feel than in what you have accomplished. If you dominate the conversation, it signals that you lack social awareness and emotional intelligence. A simple trick? Follow the 80-20 rule. Let her talk 80% of the time, and you take 20%. Ask open-ended questions, listen attentively, and engage with what she says instead of waiting for your turn to speak. When a woman feels heard, she feels valued, and that's a major key to attraction. Real-life example. Chris met a girl on a dating app and took her out to dinner. The entire time he kept talking about his new business, his fitness routine, and how much money he planned to make in the next 5 years. By the time dessert came, she was already texting her friend to get her out of there. She later told him, "I felt like I was interviewing for a job, not going on a date." If you want to keep a woman interested, ask questions and actually listen. 3. Being too available. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a life of their own. If you're always available, dropping everything just to text her back instantly or rearrange your plans for her, it can come off as desperate. Being too available removes all mystery and challenge. Women don't want a man who is sitting around waiting for them. They want someone who has passions, goals, and a busy, fulfilling life. If she feels like she's the only exciting thing in your world, that's a huge burden and a major turnoff. Men who are too available often make the mistake of texting too much or always saying yes to plans, even if they had something else going on. While being engaged and interested is great, balance is key. Let her miss you a little. Real life example. Jake started dating Sarah, and in the first week, he texted her all day, every day. He canceled his weekend plans just to be with her, and even stopped hanging out with his friends. At first, Sarah liked the attention, but soon she felt suffocated. Within a month, she ended things, saying she needed space. Lesson? Have your own life outside of her. Scarcity creates value. 4. Trying too hard to impress her. There's a fine line between confidence and overcompensating. If you're constantly bragging about your money, your car, or your achievements, women see right through it. It signals insecurity more than confidence. Instead, let your confidence speak for itself. A truly confident man doesn't need to tell everyone how great he is. He just is. Focus on building genuine connections rather than flexing your resume. 5. Lacking ambition or passion. One of the most underrated turnoffs for women is a man with no drive or ambition. It doesn't matter if you're rich or broke. What matters is that you have goals, passion, and a sense of purpose. A guy who is stuck in life, makes no effort to improve, and just coasts through without ambition, that's a huge red flag. Women want a man who is driven, someone who strives for more, because that energy is contagious and attractive. 6. Being emotionally unavailable. A lot of men think that showing emotions makes them weak. In reality, being emotionally closed off is a major turnoff. Women want to connect on a deeper level, and if you keep your guard up, it creates distance. Now, this doesn't mean you should overshare your deepest fears on the first date, but being open, honest, and emotionally mature shows strength, not weakness. A real man can communicate his feelings without fear. 7. Neglecting your appearance. This one might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many guys overlook it. Looking good isn't just about genetics, it's about effort. Basic grooming, dressing well, smelling good, it all matters. You don't need to be a male model, but you do need to show that you take care of yourself. Women appreciate a man who puts in the effort to look good because it shows self-respect. 8. Being indecisive or weak-minded. Women are attracted to men who can make decisions and take the lead. If you're constantly saying, "I don't know, what do you want to do?" it's frustrating. Confidence means being decisive. Women don't want to feel like they're dating a guy who needs permission for everything. Whether it's choosing a restaurant or making a life decision, show leadership. A man who takes initiative is 10 times more attractive. All right, guys, those were the 8 mistakes that instantly turn women off. If you recognize yourself in any of these, don't worry. It's never too late to improve. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And of course, drop a comment below. What's the biggest mistake you've seen guys make? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.